Hello. Stream should be working. We should be live. Yo, I got a sick build cooking up today. It's gonna be land shipping time, people. We finally won with Cathay. Got the video posted and everything. And now we get to take a look at this. So the Landship is an interesting beast. It's a chariot, but it also has grenade launchers on top. And it also has a single mortar and a single cannon in the front, along with like one Hawkland long rifle at the top of the ship and some steam attacks that it can shoot out the side. It's kind of an everything beast. Now, it will pay for itself in testing. As long as it uses up all its ammunition, it will pay for itself. If you use restock, you can get up to like 3,000 value. You could desummon it. Lots of possibilities. Is it good? I don't know. No one's really run the Landship since it got nerfed, which I feel like usually, right? People, they overreact a little bit when there's a nerf, right? Oh, Tattersoul's got hella buffed. Wait. Yo, Tattersoul's only costs 800 now? Hell yeah. Mortars are cheaper. Zintler's Reichsguard is cheaper. Switzer's guns, mortars are cheaper. Switzer's guns, mortars? Is that the, is that this one? Wait, where's Switzer's guns? Switzer's guns, mortars, and multiplayer costs? Switzer's guns. What is this? Wait, what? 7 bulls. Okay, yeah, they made the extended roster mortars cheaper. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, we'll see if we can make it work. Congrats on the win. Thank you. How about a win with number of max units with gold chevron? I did win with I did win a match with double Grail Guardian with max chevron 2x Grail Guardian. That was pretty crazy. Hell, you up against Ulrich Rahl. Yo, I'm Empire. Alright, let's get this party started. But yeah, I'm interested to try out a little bit of Empire action. Let's take a look at the maps. Okay. You're first. Should be good. What does the ROR Landship do versus a regular Landship? I think the guns on top are different. So like instead of handguns, it's grenade launchers. I think that's kind of I think that's one of the main differences. I think like, I don't know if they have the mortar on top. Yo, so, okay, yeah, the Tattersouls. Did they, is this picture different than usual? I've never really looked at this picture closely, but they have like a little face mask. Hey, Kaiser, thank you very much for the $5. Yeah, it has a mortar. I don't know if the normal Landship has a mortar. ROR has an extra mortar? Oh, hell yeah. He's Tzeentch. Alright. So I'm gonna have to keep this bad boy safe. It does have 90 armor and a lot of HP. So it probably isn't gonna get blue fired down. Tattersouls has 40 more entities. So it's 33% more entities for only 200 more gold. Okay, well actually, yeah. So you're just paying for more entities, but they also have better stats. So like these guys should just be insane, right? They should just be insane. All right. The nation calls. Yo, we're up against Tzeentch, the nemesis. I wonder if the guns on top count as hit by artillery. That would be certainly very nice. Did they change that for the, what, like the ancient Stegodon or something? They made it where like the little skink shots don't count. Free from the shackles of Cathay. Yo, I'm so excited. I'm gonna take all the Regiments of Renown. Should I do that? Should I do a Regiments of Renown build against Tzeentch? A lot of them are legitimately pretty good. The White Wolves, are they any different from normal Huntsmen? Only very mildly better stats, but it costs so much more. ITP and Encourage is fun and all, but yeah, nah. Sons of Sigmar maxing. I feel like we gotta run Sons of Sigmar and the Tattersouls every match.
I don't know if I like memeticity or sweaticity better. A true conundrum.
Yo, that's the thing, man. It's always both. It's always both. I'm always sweated. Okay, no, but yeah, I feel like the super tryhard, it's fun, but like it would just be the same builds 24/7, right? Can't have that. Experimenting with units sometimes helps us with the super tryhard too, right? Figure out some crazy shenanigans. You think a Luminark? You think a Luminark is good against Tzeentch? He surely just gets blue fired, right? Do I also bring a Luminark? Am I crazy? I'm feeling a little crazy today. Luminark, so Tzeentch has a lot of flyers, which is why I feel like a Luminark might actually be able to get work done. But like throwing the first game of the tournament is always a little sus. Let's take a look. There's not that many signups. There's actually very few signups overall. So maybe. Does the Luminark even work? I thought it was broken. It was broken. It's like kind of ludicrously broken. Losing game one is tradition. Let's see here. Like if he brings a Kairos, the Luminark should kill him. It should also do well versus like the Exalted Heroes, right? He can't not take the Luminark now. Yo, can I go, is there like a full Regiment of Renown build I can go? Death Jack's Archers. They have Stalk and Snipe. Wow. They also have the same range as normal archers. Okay, pretty garbage. If the Luminark actually hits, it totally will. It totally will. They did make it like a homing attack. It just needs to actually fire is all. The jank is there, but like, it's not impossible. Okay, let's do this. This build is kind of dumb. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at the build. It's kind of dumb. It's literally powered by Hish, the Demon Banisher. Oh, hell yeah. Sick. Let's see. Tzeentch shenanigans. So they've been really going hard on the Exalted Heroes right now. The Soul Grinders have fallen off quite a bit. But you never know. They're always a threat. There's a Kairos spam. Maybe some changeling action. Could be really annoying. Man, this build though. This build is silly. This is a very silly build. But if it works, it'd certainly be amazing. I do have to worry about the Doom Knights though. So Doom Knights are the new big bad of Tzeentch today. Now they have Exalted Heroes and Doom Knights. Unless you have something that can really get some work done, it's gonna be a little sus. You know what? Let's do this. Chariot heroes died to wagons. Surely, surely. I'm willing to. I'm willing to risk it. Let's see here. Yeah, Tzeentch has like so much armor, man. Tzeentch is just made out of armor nowadays. It's a big old pain in the butt. So yeah, actually dealing with that is gonna be a little bit of a problem, I think. This is such a wacko build, man. This is such a wacko build. Yo, which banner should I use? Hunts Marshall's Expedition? Why not? You guys are gonna love it though, and if we win, it'll be marvelous. It will truly be amazing. Okay, so I'll get one of those, and then we probably just need a bunch of these guys. So if I'm dealing with armored Tzeentch, how do we kill Doom Knights? How does one actually take them out? Cult of Sigmar, baby, yeah. Do the Jaeger Corps, do the Jaeger Corps do anything? They have Black Powder Discipline. They have Snipe. Remains hidden while firing. They don't have Stalk though. You gotta put them in a forest for that to work. But you know, I guess that's something. I guess it's something. What do they have compared to normal long rifles? Oh, they have shield breaker. Okay. Does each sometimes have shields that you want to break? Do I need cavalry? Probably. I just don't know what cavalry does well into Doom Knights. I feel like the Doom Knights are just so painful to deal with. Yo, is there a regiment for now Nuln Ironside? I don't think so. Sad times indeed. Very much so sad times. Let's see. Any heroes? Are there any heroes here that are good? Mad respect to the Changebringers in this matchup too. What's it? Yeah, Changebringers, well, Changebringers aren't the worst. Against shooty factions, they generally don't do too well. Alright, you know what? This is so dumb. Alright. Oh man, I'm looking at the build, guys. I don't know, but if it works, it'd be hilarious. Oh boy. Ah, jeez. Either my opponent gets wrecked, instant loses, game over, easiest win of my life, or I get massacred. Oh boy, this is a weird one. Isn't there a regiment of renowned cavalry with great swords? I guess like war wagons would actually be not bad into Doom Knights. All right, there we go. Just to make this build a little bit more silly, why not? Yeah, greatsword cavalry is extended roster. All right, guess how many regiments of renown I have, guys. Just take a wild guess. How many regiments of renown do you think I have? Oh boy. I will tell you. It's more than 5. 7. 4, 5, 7. Weak. All of you. You're weak. I brought 9. I brought 9. Yes, Jens got it. Congratulations, Jens. I have 9 regiments of renown. Count them, 9. Oh boy. Yeah, it's a lot. It's not all of them. Not all of them are that great. But, yeah, this is going to be pretty wacko. And legit, this might actually be a good build for Tzeentch. It's kind of hard to tell. He's got to fear the Luminark. I'm hoping this map is like concave enough where the Luminark can actually shoot. You see how I remember seeing this map before. It's decently evenly sloped. So like Luminark can fire into this pit pretty easily. Can fire across the lake onto this area pretty easily. And in this area, it's pretty good. So you shouldn't be able to line of sight it too hard. And if he has any flyers, again, blast it. It's flattish, yeah. Ignore these giant towers. Yo, these giant floating towers in the distance. Be cool if, like, you could play on a map that's on one of those floating islands. I don't think the map editor lets you do that, though, because the map editor, it doesn't let you, like, dig underneath, you know? You can't really make tunnels unless you place, like, these doodads. Multiplayer stream idea. You have to take all available regiments of renown for whatever faction you're playing. Regiment of renown maxing. What faction would be the best for ROR maxing? Honestly, Empire is pretty close. But only against like low entity factions where like the Luminark and some of the heavy hitters can get work done. Warriors of Chaos. Warriors of Chaos would probably be okay, but they don't have that many like good regiments of renown. When I play Chaos, I take my normal Forsaken, I take my normal Hellstriders, you know. So I don't think they're like what's a faction that really has good RORs? All right, anyways. Look, it's 9. It's 9, guys. I wasn't lying. So dumb. All right, so we have the Landship, the newly buffed Tattered Souls, the bestest infantry of the world, Sons of Sigmar. We have a Luminark of Hish with a net. We have Marcus Wolfheart, a Light Wizard with another net. One normal spear unit because I had the money left over, and then the Regiment of Renowned Fleet Company Militia. They have armor piercing, so they actually do pretty good. Hey, what happened to my mouse? Settings. My mouse hotkey's not working. What is this? There we go. Got it working. Ready? Good luck. Have fun. You won't even know how to deal with this. Look at this beautiful lineup. I was joking about the Sons of Sigmar. No, they're legitimately amazing. Look at them. 41 stats. These guys are actually Chaos Warriors. Sons of Sigmar are as strong as Chaos Warriors. They just don't have armor, but their combat prowess is pretty insane. Yeah, no great swords. All right, so he's ready. Turn off Firewall and Marcus so he doesn't reveal himself. He's bought a Discus Lord. Okay. So Zongors, couple Zongors. The Landship fires. All right, very nice. And we're just gonna roll up with the Luminark of blast your face into oblivion. Get a here we go. Just keep marching, you know. And then we're gonna see what this here Luminark can get done. Can this thing just plow through these guys? All right, Luminark, get him. Get him, little Lumi. It's also a great time to get the war wagons going. Get the war wagons. Oh, jeez, he screamered me. Dang, that kind of hurt. Run, ship, run. Okay, here we go. Wizard can do a Shems. Oh, hell yeah, Luminark shot. Yeah, go Shems. All right, sick. So now we bring in this bad boy. And then the Luminark's gonna shoot this guy in the face. We're gonna give him a little net. Landship is doing a great job cycle charging him. And then now we can start bringing in some proper guns to handle the situation. So the net will only last for so long, but I have 1,000,000 of them, so he's probably just gonna get blasted, right? 4, 3, 2, 1. And we net him again. Darn it, Luminark, shoot! Okay, yeah, Luminark's so bugged. It's fine though, I'm wrecking him. If this Luminark ever fires, he's a dead man. Marcus net is gone. I have another net though. Oh, get wrecked. No movement for you, good sir. There is no escape. He's already routing. Oh my gosh. All right, sick plays. So he's already running for the hills. Next up, we gotta deal with these Centaurs. Luminark has deleted his hero. Now I gotta get my my Reiksguard going, right? So unfortunately, these guys are gonna hunt down the Luminark. Let's just pull it back. Looks like this thing's doing great. Come on, 2 more wins of magic, baby. Give me 2 more wins. Crap, the Centaurs. The Centaurs got on me. He has a few guys on the flank too, so we gotta be careful. Landship for sure is having the time of its life, but that does not mean that we are in the clear as the Luminark does go down. I can summon in the Reiksguard right behind him though, and that's gonna hurt a lot. And I do have yet another net. Glorious. All right, sick. Reiksguard are doing great. There we go. Can they get there in time? That net lasts a pretty long amount of time, so they can probably just get in there. Looks like the Sigmar Sons are doing great. Unbreakable front line is always amazing, and the Landship continues to live and cause a lot of issues. Unfortunately, he does get a minor cavalry charge, but it ain't the end of the world. I have my Landship about to cause a lot of terror. Let's net him down again. There you go, we got the terror out, and then our Nuln Ironsides can start working on them Centaurs. That net's gonna be pretty painful for him, as it just lets me annihilate these guys. They do a lot of damage. They do a lot of damage, them guns. There we go, very nice. I do have another net coming up very soon. This Landship's gonna have to really cook though, right? Because while things are going, you know, maybe we have killed his hero and all that. I need time for the Landship to actually pay for itself and such, right? So we'll see how it pans out. I do have more guns though, and another net. Nets for days, nets for days. There we go. The guns can work on those dudes in the air. We have more guns. Unfortunately, the Reiksguard are slowly getting worn down by those darn cavalry forces. He's good Landship route though. Most of my money is just in the Landship. It's kind of sad. And there we go. All right, at least those guys are down. All right, and overall, not the end of the world. I think we can start playing for other points now, because we are triple capped, right? There's the downside of playing for value trading. It's honestly looking not too great, unless the Landship can really start cooking. It's getting a little sus now. Marcus is gonna have to go here to capture. I'm probably gonna need more spears, and dang, that spawn summon got a lot of work done. Holy moly. All right, come on boys, live. If I can rout off those Centaurs, we're set. Landship's doing fine. Marcus does get on the point, but he does have some Chaos Knights of Tzeentch, which is rather terrifying. War Wagon should be able to live though. Zintler's Reiksguard are fine. Value trading, it says it's still in our favor, but I don't know if I believe that fully. At least I have Marcus here. He'll do great. Let's see here. Let's pull these guys back. So how do we kill off Chaos Knights? That's the real question. I guess I do have a Landship. Landship will probably do all right. If I keep spam, I could save up for like the Royal Altdorf Griffites, but time is so of the essence right now, right? I just have to capture something. All right, there we go. Let's see where these knights decide to go. Dang, losing that Luminark was rough. Okay. I'm gonna summon in some Free Company Militia. I think that's the way. Armor-piercing Free Company Militia will do great. While his Chaos Knights are distracted over here, they can get the groundwork going. Hopefully this little boat doesn't die. It does do a lot of damage to cavalry. There's another net. And that's gonna be the first capture point going my way. As you can see, his Chaos Knights are absolutely bogged down by the Infinity Spears. And we have a wagon. And we have some Empire Spearmen fighting some Zongors there. So that's going to be the route on the Centaurs. It's a very expensive unit to be losing. All right. It's just time is of the essence, right? He is losing the Chaos Knights, though. There is no escape over there. Capture point number 1 is secured. Hell yeah. He does get the Screamers back. Let's take a look over here. Cannonball shot lands. I'm not capturing that point, though, is the problem. So it's going to be a little sus. Does get a little bit of magic going there. He will probably be able to escape with the Knights, but the Spearmen are now free. We got the net. We have Marcus and Landship. Put it into work. If he routes it, though, or if he kills it, that's bad. Come on. They just gotta capture the point. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to summon in Sigmar's Sons to deal with this. The Zongors just annihilated my poor crew. My poor little spear group over there. Looks like we do get a route there at least. Okay. Go, Landship, go! Okay, so that's gonna be another capture. Second capture of the day, looking pretty fine. Okay. That's another victory point. Landship is escaping. Chaos Knights are extremely bogged down. So, if we can actually just secure this last point in a decent amount of time without down trading horrifically, we should be good. Landship is taking massive damage, though. I don't like that. I really do need it as a source of terror here. At 800 HP, though, it is still fairly high in HP. I just need infantry. Pretty good damage. Only 300 HP left, though. I think the Landship does die. But I will be able to get on this point. Now, he does summon in a unit of chariots. Interesting. It's really all hands on deck, then, to get onto this last point. I do have a decent amount of time. But I lose the Landship. It's gonna be chariots versus infantry here. I can actually block them with the war wagons, and I will have 2 heroes. Gets a lot of damage though with that big ol' spell casting, double spell casting. We don't actually lose any entities of our guys though. The Sons of Sigmar are also perfect leadership, right? So they're not gonna rout. They're just gonna sit and grind for the foreseeable future. I have all the spears coming on in. Alrighty, there we go. Marcus, he's offering his capture weight. And it seems like the Sons of Sigmar are gonna be able to slowly get it captured. It's a close one though. Definitely have to kill off as many of these guys as possible. As long as he doesn't kill any entities. Oh, but that's a massive hit on the poor entities there. I'm gonna need, yeah, we're gonna need the Zintlers. We're gonna need the Zintlers, baby! All right, bring them in. I do still technically have capture weight, but it's not nearly as good as before, right? With the damage he's done, it's gonna be a little sus. Wizard giving him the juke stuff. And that's gonna be a pretty nasty shams. Dude, do you see that sick wizard juke? Wizard doing work here today. Come on, Zintlers. Can you force your way past these Chaos Knights? Looks like took the wrong path. I'm just gonna have to raw disengage. Those Chaos Knights are gonna refuse to die for the foreseeable future. And there he goes, plowing his chariots through my spears. Time is of the essence. His magic has gotten a lot of work, and he routed off my poor dude. It's gonna be a spicy one indeed. What do I have? I think I can get a spear unit here in time. I can probably get the spear unit in here in time. I don't like that he routed off my wizard, and he is still getting a lot of damage here. But I do have some Zintler's Reichsguard finally coming on in. Capture weight is in his favor, though. Free Company Militia are coming on in. Those Chaos Knights, they got a lot of work done. But a swift charge in the back, followed by a counter charge on those Chaos Knights and a spear surround. He shouldn't have the damage to kill them. And I can summon in some war wagons. I literally just need capture weight. I just need capture weight. Come on, baby. He moves the chariots off the point. That's huge. That's huge. Because now I will have a little bit more weight here. Unfortunately, my wizard, absolute coward. Doesn't look like he'll be coming back. Looks like we do rout off his knights. That's good and all. Gonna get the Free Company Militia on, or not the Free Company, my boys there on the point. He has to hold for a whole minute. But the wagons are in. Come on, you darn spearmen. Hold, spearmen, hold. Tattersouls, come on. Come on, you darn wagon. Just capture the point. Just capture the point. I have no more nuts. If my wizard didn't route there, we actually probably would have captured it by now. I do have some spearmen on the point, though. We have another unit of healthy spears. They're there. Oh, Nelly. Dang it. I think he's barely going to win it. Ah, yeah. Looks like he's barely going to win it. Yo, crazy match, though. Absolutely crazy match. I don't think I would have up-traded. In the end, he got a little bit too much work in with his Chaos Knights. If I had been able to get the Royal Altar of Griffites, maybe. Maybe I should have saved up for them. I had a lot of time. Alright, GG, well played. Hilarious game, though. Hilarious game. Ripperino. Alright, we got our one loss out of the way. Wins from here on out. How'd the Landship do? Landship did pay for itself. Luminark was okay. It did kill the Exalted Hero, which was very important, but yeah. He got some sick AoE towards the end of the game there. These Screamers got a lot of value too. As for the Wizard, his nets were cool. I liked it. Tattersouls were worth. At 800 gold, they paid 800 gold back. But I just had a few misplays, right? I shouldn't have tried going for that point with the spears. I should have just focused on, like, playing it slow. Because I actually had a lot more time than I thought I did. Also, more war wagons actually would have obliterated them. Such is life, though. Such is life. So Tzeentch versus Empire, and Tzeentch takes the win. His hero gets 0 value. His hero got hella value. Marcus, I didn't have Fire at Will on for a little while, which is kind of bad. How'd the Free Company Militia do? Pretty good. Free Company were pretty good. I did some of them twice. Honestly, though Tzeentch is just a beast right now. Tzeentch is a menace. Look at these guys, 3,000 value. I don't like Spearmen at all. They're really good at holding, but I guess there weren't that many things to hold for this game. Some of them actually got a decent amount of value, though. Nolan Ironsides actually did pretty good, too. I think I just needed, like, more guns just for the cleanup, but I was, like, too worried about capturing points. The Landship is good enough at capturing points where we're fine. The campaign emergency army. It almost won, man. I think one more war wagon would have done it. Because I just needed armor piercing. Everyone's going armor Tzeentch nowadays. Just take the extra war wagon. Probably could have replaced the Luminark with double war wagon, but that's just boring. Wizard, Lore of Light. How do I feel about it? So, Shems is 5 wins. For the damage it does to the Screamers, probably worth. These guys have physical resist? Neither of them have physical resist. These ones, you get more entities and fully chevron. So it's basically free chevrons for the Tattersouls. I think that the price reduction probably makes them almost always worth it. Just be really careful about AoE. I guess they have Strength of the Penitent, but they both have it. It's the drippiest hero in the game. Oh, I don't know, man. A lot of them are not very drippy, actually. Yo. I'm Empire. Okay, my next opponent is Norska. Hell yeah. So, who's top bracket? Let's take a look-see. He's top bracket. Okay. Norska. Should I just make the same build? So, Luminark. I feel like the Luminark is so close to being good. It just has to shoot, man. It just has to shoot. I did let it die at the beginning, too, to Centaurs. If I was slightly more careful, it would have lived. Let's see here. I'm not gonna make the same mistake again. I think this build requires you to run war wagons. This is first and foremost a kite build, mostly. And then I gotta kill off skin wolves and such, which shouldn't be too hard. I have a lot of fire damage. Lokier. Okay, yeah, Lokier is pretty drippy. Mask and blades. Let's see here. Probably don't need the Hammer of the Witches. I might need to go one fewer regiment of renown. Let's see. Yo, anyone know if witch hunters are good? Everyone's running assassins nowadays. How are witch hunters? They have accusation, which is a physical resist, missile resist debuff. Reduces melee defense and armor. And the witch hunter will cost 650. He costs 650. He can get ITP. He doesn't really have the same abilities as an assassin, but he's probably not terrible. He just doesn't really mesh well with the Empire roster, I feel. Let's see here. Norska. Are we gonna play on Norskan Rise? Would be very fitting. I definitely need more cavalry to defend my my janky landship shenanigans. I definitely need a little bit more cavalry, don't I? Let's see here. What, like Reichsguard and an Empire Knight? I do really like the Nolan Ironsides. I don't know if I feel the same about the long rifles, though. They don't really seem to have the same oomph, I would say. But they are useful against some ranged heavy builds. Probably not versus Norska, though, right? So I think something like this will do. Band's Rapturous Expanse. Let's play Rise. Norskan Rise, very good kite map. Hopefully the Luminark can actually shoot. Faith in gunpowder. So what's the Luminark fire rate? Every 9 seconds? I feel like it wasn't shooting every 9 seconds. It definitely had some line of sight issues that game. Though I think I totally could have won despite that. Anyways, I got a sick army. Let's take a look. Let's take a look-see. Alrighty. Let's see here. Man, yo, it's crazy how Armored Tzeentch has really come into its own. I guess all it really took were just a few patches and suddenly Tzeentch is the menace. I would love to rematch him, though. I feel like his build is super weak to war wagons. Considering the Landship almost annihilated him. I will need a little bit more cavalry to fight off those Centaurs, but that's about it. Let's see here. Replays. Where are my Warhammer replays? There we go. Where'd he go? He's gone. What happened? He clicked escape. Whoops. Whoopsie daisies. Lord Croak. I haven't. Does Lord Croak have like any gold on him, or is he just a dead frog? No more Cathay. Why? We won, man. Bomber car. We won. I will return to them though. I really want to make more arcane or moonbird plays. I feel like moonbirding as Cathay will genuinely launch them into a mid-tier faction, assuming you can actually micro the moonbirds. But it's honestly not that hard. He has a gold mask. Oh, that's true. All right, Norska should be pretty easy to kite. And this map is extraordinarily flat. So I brought basically the same build, guys. Except this time I did just some slight adjustments. So more of those gunpowder dudes. Gelt. Gelt's pretty drippy. Gelt's pretty sick. All right, here we go. I got no fear of Norska, man. Okay. If at first you don't succeed, bring more kite. Let's take a look-see here. So I got the Marcus. We got the Free Company Militia. Got the Sons of Sigmar. I will make this Luminark work, man. Luminark is gonna cook for sure. If I do get to semis, though, I'm probably gonna cut it. Let's see here. Probably gonna cut it if I make it semis, but before we make it semis, I think we can legitimately get some 6 snipes. Best case scenario, he brings a mammoth. A mammoth would be near suicidal against this build. Yeah, Luminark does need a lot of support. I'll probably keep these spearmen with it. And you know what? Screw this capture point. I don't need it. We are here to defend the big boys. Only corn RORs and single entities would be pretty fun. So there's Wolfic, a skin wolf. Wolfic is on a horse. He is on a wee horsey. So that means he is absolutely snipeable. Marauder Horsemen versus Pistoliers. A classic match indeed. Alright. So great thing about the Luminark is it snipes entities. So the skin wolves can't really heal after getting obliterated by it. Landship's coming on in. Get him, Lumi. And... God dang it, dude. This thing's so bad. So bad at actually shooting sometimes. What are those? Marauder Spearmen? Alright, let's go over there. So remember, we gotta defend this thing. Gonna kite from that. Okay, we got 1 shot on his infantry. And we're gonna play this one more defensively than last time. Mostly, we're just gonna farm value with this bad boy. Should be good. A couple Empire Knights just to save from those doggos that are gonna slow me. Hey, you know, Luminark versus infantry is actually not that bad. Units at the edge of its range, though, is real rough. But anyways, Landship is gonna be cooking. Looking good. Luminark just plonking away. Free Company Militia also plonking away. Landship without something to bog it down is just brutal. And it appears my opponent is going for a big surround. Thankfully, Luminark is still fairly safe. Couple Marauders are not an issue. Landship's just having the time of its life right now. And it appears my opponent is mostly going to be hiding. Looks like he just wants to stay safe here. Shems drops a pretty decent amount of damage. And then he doesn't see Marcus, or if he does, he doesn't respect him. So he should be punished here. Then we get our nets. We're going to focus fire that Skin Wolf. Skin Wolf Werekin, definitely a must kill. Okay, here we go. Get some more cavalry in here. Very nice. And then if this thing could shoot, we'd be great. Unfortunately, the Luminark does suck. Luminark sucks real bad. Point blank shot though. Looking decent. It's a big ol' engagement we got going on here. Gets the one shot. That's all it really needed, I guess. All right. So it brings the Skin Wolf down to half HP. That's a good start. But it's nowhere near where it needs to be just yet. I'm gonna need a little bit more effort. Wolfric gets a boat. Friendly fires himself a little bit though. Let's see. Luminark just needs to pull away. He needs to loop around. And then you see the Skin Wolf? Basically, there's no one around him, right? So this should just be the easiest shot in its entire life. Beautiful. Then we kick him while he's down. Hit him with the Shems. All right, there we go. Hopefully we get another Luminark shot in but a second. We're going to use the Landship for a little bit of terror routing. And then now we bring in the wagons to help out with the kite. He does route. Luminark gets another shot. Oh, hell yeah. There we go. Yo, when the Luminark shoots, it's sick, man. Ah, there we go. All right. As long as it doesn't get disrupted, I'll be okay. We will need to bring in some cavalry support here. The wagon is online and operational, and he's dead. All right, sick. So there goes him. A solid beginning. But we need more. We need more. Net that Manticore, and then we're gonna blast him. There we go. Wolfric, it's fine. As long as he's not killing anything important, I'm happy. Manticore's netted. There you go. Unfortunately, these guys, a little bit of a rough position for them. But there we go. This is a second hit. So now Manticore is rampaged. Hell yeah. Okay, not bad, not bad. Let's see here. Come on. Yeah. Get them, Zintlers. All right, Zintlers are doing good. And Luminark does get another shot. Let's go. And it's a double hit too. Manticore's gone. All right. Now all we gotta do is take out the caster, right? Caster's gotta go down. We're gonna target fire him. We're gonna get the Shems here. Hopefully it's a clean hit. Oh, it's a clean hit indeed. That's a double hit. Very nice. It just needs one more. Just one more shot, man. Just one more shot. Come on. I know you can do this, Luminark. I know you can do this. You were made for this. Let's see. In the meantime, our boat's doing great. All right, here we go. It's no easier shot than this. Come on. Fire. No, it doesn't shoot. Oh my gosh, dude. This thing's so janky, man. Okay, yeah, the Luminark sucks. I'm gonna stop running the Luminark. This thing does not shoot, like, ever. It just refuses to shoot. It finally gets the shot that I needed it to, and it does kill the caster, which is nice. After many struggles, we were able to get the job done. And now I just gotta start capturing points. Holy crap, though. Jeez Louise, that Luminark is so janky. Alright, so I can start the desummon process. Actually, I should use it to capture the point first. And then we'll get the desummon process. Okay, there we go. Point number 1 is secured. Wolfric's getting chased down by wagons. Exactly how the world was meant to be. Okay, now we get that desummon. Wolfric, there's no way he survives to the wagoning. This is a great net position. Just punish all of them. Get a little boat over here to get them murdered. And now all I really got to do is just clean up in time. We have a lot of time. We've learned our lessons, right? We know that we should be able to just get in here. and just slowly value trade. I don't need to really rush. We just need a whack load of guns to clean up shop, and then everything's fairly comfortable. Wolfic especially looking kind of rough. Big old route. Yo, honestly, the Landship is sick. Landship is sick. Luminark is less sick. Luminark next game, please. All right, fine.
Luminark next game Plaza. Winking face
Plaza.
emoji.
Oh, hell yeah. Yo, look at poor Wolfric. I've been saving this fireball for you. Got a fireball with your name on it. All right, fine. I'll bring it next game. The Luminark, it does work. Like this game, it absolutely did a lot of damage. It's just that it doesn't always work. It's like really, really inconsistent. Dang it, that was the worst Shems I've ever seen. Ah, Nelly. All right. This is gonna be a spicy one, ain't it? Okay, so we do have our guns online and operational. I can probably capture this point with the Tattersouls. Wolfric does get routed. Scrub Lord. Let's finish the job. I don't know what actually routed him. Maybe it was Marcus, maybe it was the wagons, but he should be dead very soon. Come on, wagons. Yes! Goodbye, leadership! Alrighty. And with Wolfric the Wanderer down, the Norskan leadership is no more. I have one more net to really, really hurt him here. There you go. And that should be game, as I do have the right capture point. Let's go. Nets are looking good. Now we summon in those Demogryph Knights, right? Not gonna make the same mistake as last time. Woo! Kind of a crazy battle though. He did resummon his caster. Oh crap, he wants to final transmute me. He wants to transmute my face. That was a misplay. I shouldn't have done that. It's fine though. Or it's not that fine, but we are ahead. Ah, crap, there's the final transmutation. Goodbye, Marcus. Oh, he even got knocked into the wizard, so the wizard took a little bit of damage too. You served well for the Empire.
The enemy has slain our lord.
It's okay though. We're both down our lords. But I have extreme up trading, right? We don't really have to worry much. That was the problem last game, actually. I didn't throw my lord, clearly. As many of you know, in games where we throw our lord, sometimes it ends up being the easiest win ever. Interesting, some Marauder Horsemen. But yeah, once we get those Altdorf Griffites, we're set for life. Absolutely set for life. Just leave a couple of reserves so we can't steal the points very easily. There's no way he holds on to this for long enough. Not with this many wagons on the battlefield. And the Demogryph Knights coming on up very soon. He's gonna try and make the play though. Lords are a resource. All right, there we go. Yeah, I'm really liking the Null Iron sides. I don't even know if they're better than like normal Empire handgunners, but I really like their gusto. And they are relatively tanky too with their 60 armor. It's pretty hype. There it goes. So they get routed. Ah, skin wolves. Okay. Brings in a couple skin wolves. I see. I see. This is going to be a pretty nasty route though. Does get the Searing Doom, but easily dodgeable with such fast Free Company militia. There you go. Another big route. And then it's just sniping off his little caster. Then at this point, it's pretty over. But we still have 2 more wins if we're going to have even a chance to make it to the semis. Yeah, they fire faster and they have better melee stats, so it's not too bad. GG, well played. Alrighty, alrighty. GG's. So the Luminark got 3,000 value. That really shows the power of the Luminark if it can actually shoot. Oh man, that's kind of ludicrous, actually. That's kind of insane. Are you kidding me? The Landship got 2,400, so it paid for itself. Good terror router, very, very strong. Skinwolf got 26 gold. Wonder if the Luminark firing problems would be fixed by giving it fire while moving. Oh, that would help a lot. Because the moment it like readjusts, it has to recalibrate. It's such a pain. Meme 3k. I can't believe it. 3k? Like, it did kill off an entire Skinwolf. And a Manticore. And a Caster. Very high priority targets. Like, legitimately, this would be probably OP if it just shot. If CA could just turn on the button that makes things just shoot, this would be devastating. First man to get value off the Luminark. How do you feel on this momentous occasion? I feel like it was harder winning as Cathay. Yeah, it was pretty sick. You know what? All right. Well, we are morally obligated to take the Luminark again in the next round. So keep an eye out. There's a lot of big names here, by the way. I think there's a good chance that Attack Speed Enjoyer, Boss Toss, Ulrich Rahl, and Maximilianaire make it to top 4. Potatoes Devil too. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. If Ulrich Rahl loses some of his matches, though, that's one less competitor. But it does mean I have fewer opponent points. As it stands, though, the signups mean if I get 3 wins, it's close. It's very close whether or not we make it. The Fire Wizard tech with the new, newly buffed Flaming Sword of Ruin. Now, this thing already does fire damage, but you can increase its damage by 20% with Kindle Flame passive. If I'm ever playing against Skaven, you know I'm just going to run the Bright Wizard, right? Bright Wizard, Fireball spam. Really punish those Skaven mains for not fearing the snipe. Don't forget to update the win-loss. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, this thing's expensive though, man. 1,900? Okay, 3k value is still crazy. Like, it outpaced the Wonder of the Age. So fire while moving is just a little patch. It doesn't actually fix the core issue. I'm really hoping that CA just... I'm really hoping they just make range units shoot, man. It's so janky. It should do damage at 1,900. I guess, like, okay, if Luminark is ever OP, you can outrange it with cannons. So, or you can just rush it down, the other option. Like, it is a flimsy target, but if it is defended, it will snipe all your lords. But hey, you know, it's just regular lord sniping. Same as blue fire on Kairos, right? What's the core issue? So when units move to reposition, they will reset their like firing animation. Luminark has a really long firing animation. So say you have the Luminark, it's pointing this way, right? And then you have a character that's here, and it's loading up, it's getting ready to fire. It's gonna take about 5 seconds, maybe 3 seconds. If the character moves here, the Luminark's like, oh, I gotta aim at them to shoot. So it stops firing, turns, starts firing for another 3 seconds. But then by then the character's here, so it's like, I gotta turn again, right? And it turns again, starts firing, repeat forever. It gets worse because line of sight issues, even on almost perfect maps. If you have the Luminark and it's pointing at the target, and the target doesn't move, right? Or even if it moves this way, right? It moves away from the Luminark. Now there's a very slight hill between them, or a unit or something. And then the Luminark loses, it's firing, it charges for 3 seconds, but then it loses targeting for half a second, and then it has to go through the 3 seconds again. So, while most units this doesn't matter as much because their fire time is really low, especially for elf units. They tend to perform the best because of this. It starts getting really bad for lower fire rate units. You know, some gunpowder units can suffer a little bit. Some of the slower firing archers and the like. But yeah, that's the big issue. $400 speed Luminark. 400 speed Luminark. I would still hate using it because of the jank. They could try giving units firing phases, but like, look, I really just want them to fix line of sight first and foremost. Firing phases is good, but there's also the thing where like units turn when they don't need to. Like there's moments when a unit will decide to turn to shoot, even though they're still like, it's only like a 45-degree angle off. In theory, they should still be able to fire. And then there's line of sight issues with single entities, the classic. I'm really hoping they fix it at some point. It would be such a breath of fresh air. Cause this comes down to like game feel, right? You know, like this should be a core thing. Which is why I'm a little surprised it hasn't been fixed yet. Because, like, if your game doesn't feel good to play, that affects single player a lot, right? But I guess a lot of people in single player don't micro. If they don't micro their range units a lot, you'll notice it less. So if you don't give them attack orders, they just sit there and they shoot when they can. Or you don't notice that, like, you know, they're shooting slightly slower. You will notice it with the Luminark, though, for sure. Animation should just be the reload. That would be an easy patch, yeah. But the greater issues, man, the greater ranged firing issues. It's an engine problem, yeah. Well, you know, it's still the sad thing is it worked fine in Warhammer 2. It worked totally fine in Warhammer 2. Something they did moving into Warhammer 3 just botched it. And that's probably when they should have fixed it, right? I've been complaining about this for years, though, so we'll see, we'll see. Please tell me the Luminark build is real. I got 3k value on the Luminark last game. That's as real as it gets, good sir. Or do you like to see fixed first, shooting or air combat? Shooting. I think shooting is more janky than air combat. And air combat at least gets the job done most of the time. I think almost every game that I bring range units, I will notice that there's a little bit of jank. There's also way more range units than flying units. It's also one of the big problems why sieges can be really bad, because range units just can't get line of sight. So maybe they'll fix it with the siege update, right? Maybe they'll do that. Can the Luminark survive a Doom Bolt? Real question here. The Luminark at 4,600, yeah, it's about as tanky as a caster. Maybe slightly tankier. No missile resist. Caster does, so it's about as about as tanky. It can survive like 2 Doom Bolts overcast, and then it'll probably rout. Could have been 3.1k value if you bought Flaming Sword. Man. Let's see here. Okay, 20% more damage. For if I time it with every shot. Man, that's jank. Although it does buff the blast. The blast scroll. Blast scroll, I feel like I never know how to feel about it, really. I think if you cast it down a line of infantry, it will probably get its value. But it's a little hard to use, and there's always a chance that it whiffs and they just lose 100 gold. But I think I should start taking it, because once I get consistent with it, it should just be free value. And especially if I can get it down the line of like executioners or something. Like, let's take a look. I'm pretty sure Blast Scroll just deletes elite infantry like no one's business, right? Let's, you know, let's get Blackguard. So many items you say no to, but a single shot fireball at 100 you're considering. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I really like, I talked to someone earlier, and I think I finally figured out why these types of abilities call to me and not the other ones. It's because the other ones take a long time to get value, and I'm a really big momentum type of player. Dude, look at that. Are you kidding me? 450 gold value, right? So if you know what you're doing, right? This will get you 450 value at the beginning of the game, right? Foe Seeker is only going to get you value by the 10-minute mark. It's the same problem with artillery, right? So I feel like I prefer these types of things. The only exception to it is when I play as Bretonnia as Alberic. I do run Heroic Killing Blow because it does so much extra damage. It actually is impactful even with your first charge. Yeah, that was versus Blackguard that no one uses. So, like, let's say it's a unit of Bleak Swords. It's also, by the way, it's closest to Amber Spear more than Fireball. It might even be a copy of Amber Spear. I'm not entirely sure. But it also casts pretty fast, which is nice. I switch factions, whoopsies. Who brings elite infantry that often? Okay, yeah. So here's a more realistic situation, right? Let's go to normal mode so they're actually on the move. We go back to Empire, right? So in a more realistic situation, at the beginning of the game, what if... Yo, I'm Empire. Serika's playing today, oh dang. At the beginning of the game, if I just roll up and just find your basic unit of infantry that are advancing towards me, right? How much damage can a blast scroll get down the line? So let's say, you know what, even jankier. Let's say like they're moving like this, right? Whoa there, buddy. All right. Oh dang, that's janky. Is it better if you stand still? Why is it not shooting? Okay, well, there you go. This is jank. Yo, what the crap is this? Do I have to turn him to face to get a consistent shot? There we go. 100 gold value. So, worst case scenario, you can still get 100 gold value. I think that's fine enough, right? Trading 100 gold for 100 gold. Especially if you're going for a kite build. God, that's so janky, though. That is jankalicious. Alright, Serika. Prepare to face the might of the Empire. Oh, hey, it's a 5-round tournament, is it? If it's a 5-round tournament, we're actually set for life. Yeah, it looks like it's just a 5-round tournament. Oh, hell yeah. So never mind. We're actually totally fine. Go 4-1. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. They priced it right. Well, yeah, as a baseline, I'll get 100. You can always whiff with it, though. Let's compare it to the Lore of Beasts Amber Spear. Yeah, it's basically an Amber Spear at 100 meter range. So it's like a lesser Amber Spear. Is Power Stone better? Yeah, so like Power Stone, I don't know if like Power Stone can be better. What, you get 3 extra winds of magic? Yeah, it might actually be worse than Power Stone. You get more at the beginning though. I would argue that this is better, however. Alright, so Serika, I believe, is probably playing Wood Elves. Big Wood Elf fan. So I still gotta run the Templehof Luminark, but you gotta remember, it can snipe a lot here, right? Let's see here. Van Bordelot. Okay, so we're on Blazing Ramparts. This is an amazingly flat map. This should be perfect for the Luminark. Take a Melkot's Foot Lord. Okay, Melkot's is pretty crazy, yeah. Let's see. So he's playing Wood Elves. How do we want to go about this? So I gotta take the Landship. I gotta take the Luminark. Marcus is just good. Never pass up on Marcus. But caster-wise, do I need a net caster for this one? I do feel like your usual Melkots is just good in general. Does he need to be on a horse even? Probably not, actually. He's probably fine off a horse. Is this build any good? Wood Elves. So they do have Arrows of Kurnos. They do have Arrows of Kurnos accessible to them. Doombolt is banned. Thunder Tusk is limited to 1. Arrows of Kurnos is unlimited power. So we do have to be a little careful. Probably gonna park the Luminark miles away. Let's see here. Against the Wood Elf Cavalry. Do you guys know what cavalry's best versus Wild Riders? Do Knights of the Blazing Sun cook Wild Riders? They do have that shock damage, which is kind of important. And they are resistant to Melkots, I guess. Which is definitely a Wood Elf favorite. So probably want at least a couple of those. I think Nolan Ironsides is a little crazy. And yeah, I probably don't need this many regiments for now. I probably need, I need a legit build, right? If we're facing Norexa's Wood Elves. We definitely need a legit build. You know, these guys would actually be perfect for this situation. Yeah, alright, yo, I actually have a very fun strategy we can go for here. That is very map specific too, by the way. Very, very map specific strategy. Yeah, expensive targets versus elves is generally very dangerous. You gotta be careful. I'm really wondering how many skirmishers he decides to go for. Like, is he gonna try to kite me or what? Is he gonna go for an infantry rush? Is he gonna go single entities with like the dryads and whatnot? Lots of heavy cavalry. It's usually quite smart. Wild Riders will beat Empire Knights though, I believe. So it's a little unfortunate on that front. I probably just want this. What do you think is better, Tattersouls or Sigmar's Sons for his infantry? Probably Sigmar's Sons. It's always Sigmar's Sons. Always, always. It's just I have a little bit of extra gold left over and I don't like that. Grundle's Defenders. Zotes. We'll just get 1,000,000 Zotes. Okay, I really, really have to make sure that I don't just get rushed down at the beginning. The odds that he just has a fat stack of dudes and he just A moves towards me and we die, it's way too high for my liking right now. Way, way, way too high. Let's see here. Does this make sense? Man, I just can't get that perfect spent. What a ripoff. We should add a 400 gold unit to Empire, I swear. Let's see here. Okay. Alright, this feels a little better. I have a build. I have a build. This should be relatively difficult for a faction like the Wood Elves to deal with. It's not the best build I've ever made in my life, but it should get there. Sigmar Sons have shields too? Yeah, shields are hype. Alright, this is looking decent. Imagine he just Zote rushes me. I don't even know how that would pan out. Just the right proper Zote Russian. You'll laugh if he brings Doombolt to snipe the Landship. I feel like, let's see here. It's 10,000 HP. Would you Doombolt a 5,000 HP unit that costs 1,250? Yes. So yeah, he could try to just Doombolt snipe the Landship. But he also has to Doombolt snipe a Luminark. There's too much to Doombolt. Oh wait, no, Doombolt's banned, so we're fine. Won't be no Doombolt. So he's probably gonna bring Melkoth. The last rush of the Zotes. Zote Maxon. Nerexa memeing it up. Starting to come around to the Doombolt ban. It does seem really strong, but I've also been underestimating some missile spells versus Wrathmongers. Yeah, I think people really swore off, like, you know, your fireballs and all that. Your amber spears. I think Doombolt is definitely at least an S- tier spell. It's one of those spells where I think if you have access to it, you're very likely to run it. But it's not an always pick. Doombolt got buffed, Vortex. It got buffed a lot. Like 60% a lot. hella buffed. Or is 60 or 30% more damage? It got a lot more damage. So people have been running it a lot. I still feel like a lot of people will run other spells though, just because of the utility. And the thing is, the Doombolt ban really just gets us back to Melkoth's meta, so I don't know. A1 Door, thank you very much for the raid. The mini raid, still appreciated though. I know it got buffed, but still. So Doombolt does the same amount, Overcast Doombolt does the same amount of damage as Spirit Leech, but for 2 less Winds of Magic. It also has double the range. It can also target infantry. And it also does more shock damage than the glorious thingamajig there, right? It will also do a lot more damage. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, it'll do more damage, or it'll do more shock damage. We can route casters and all that. The only downside is it's a little bit less consistent than Spirit Leech, but you know, in the end, it's basically just a better Spirit Leech. It's very hard to say otherwise. Ready? Good luck, have fun. He has 14 units, so it might be an infantry ball. What map is this? This is a new Khorne map that was released. It's very hype, very flat, which is good for the Luminark. But like, I think any faction with access to Doombolt would always run it over Spirit Leech. Almost always. Which means that it's definitely pretty strong. Though Spirit Leech is not like the most meta thing in the world. What's up with these stairs? What's up with them? Oh, they kind of flat. It looks like Korn was farming. Yeah, these are not... these are not stairs. They're like way too flat. Weird. All right. The map maker probably just had to work with what they had. All right, here we go. And huzzah, we found him. We found him, baby. Woo. So that's just free pickings at the very start. We're gonna roll up with the Luminark. Get lots of damage in, and he's gone for a little bit of a ranged maxin. He only has the one-way stalker, which is not too bad. And okay, yeah, he does have double arrows of Kurnos, but Marcus is mostly fine from that. This also means that the Luminark can scoot on up, which will be rather terrifying for my dear opponent. Get some Melkots on the... okay. On my ranged. Strange. Don't know how I feel about that. I feel like that's not the bestest of strategies. And since his thing's on cooldown, now we get the long rifles. So the idea here is we're going to use the long rifles to cook them up. We're also going to use the Luminark here. Crap. See that weird turn it does? It's a really janky unit indeed. It's going to try and get line of sight. Marcus is dodging. There's a big shot. Quarter HP gone. All right. A solid beginning. A solid beginning. He does get the Malkots on my dude. You want to net me? I'll net you. Whose lord will die first? Oh, jeez. Get her, Marcus. Get the shot. Get the shot, Marcus. Ah, he routes. All right. Well, that's a start and a half. Dang it. And the Luminark whiffs. Oh, what a ripoff. All right. So Luminark whiffed. Marcus is dead. His lord will probably survive. I do have a fat Landship here, though. He's gonna keep shooting at the Luminark. I might be able to plunk this guy in the face. I do have more long rifles too, by the way. Ooh, pretty good hit. Pretty good hit. Landship is coming on in hot. And that is his spellcaster. You don't want to lose that. Oh, jeez. All right, pretty massive hit. Landship is going to have to evac from that situation, though. You know what? Let's just kill his caster. Why not? Landship can evac. Yep, melt the tiny mines. Marcus rallied. Oh, only to die. Well, sad times for Marcus. He does lose his caster, though. She is dead. But I lose the Landship. What a tussle indeed. Although, do I lose the Landship? Yeah, we lose Landship. But he takes a bunch of damage on his Wild Hunters. We'll see how it plays out. Can we get that fireball on? Not enough range. Rip. Pretty good damage on it, though, at least. We do have our flaming cavalry here. I just have to keep dodging with the Lumi. We're gonna see if we can save the Marcus. Come on. Come on, you darn range fools. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna just go for it here. And then at some point, I can probably get the Marcus back. Oh, wait, dang, yo, look at this. Can his lord dodge this? Or is she dead? If the Luminark clonks her and she dies, we are actually in a great position. Oh! A lot of damage, but not quite, not quite. That was a lot of damage, though. Luminark gets routed off, too, which is pretty brutal. But looks like my Knights of the Blazing Sun are still doing relatively fine. His Waystalker's gone deep. But dang, she rallies. Or not she rallies, but she sticks around. All right. That's going to be pretty painful then. Luminark does come back, though, for more. And it can probably kill off his little dude over there. And most of his archers are in pretty bad shape, right? So if I can just get them worked on, we'll be okay. Let's get the cavalry in here. Luminark fires away. Does get... Ah, crap. No net. No net! Ah, crap. Now it's looking pretty bad. all I have is my little caster here. No Marcus, no nothing. I think we just gotta capture some side points. Value trading is down the drain. Ah, yo, the Luminark sucked here. Dude, the Luminark hitting the hill when it could have killed his lord. That probably would have done it, because then the wild hunters wouldn't have come back. Dang it. Let's see here. All right, well, let's see if I can capture some points. Let's see if we can secure some points and pull back to safety, and maybe we can get some work done here. He does have Dryads in the forest. That is where they want to be. I will be able to begin the securing of this point. It's going to take a long time, though. So by no means is this a comfortable situation. Caster does have a Melkos. There we go. Let's pull back. I was really hoping it would be able to snipe something like his lord. Let's see here. The Landship was also pretty lackluster, though. Let's be real, right? It got a big charge, but like it didn't really do much else. Oh boy, dude, we just got full wiped. If this is a 5-round tournament, though, I can still make it to semis. Don't you guys worry. Marcus can come back. Okay. And I will be able to capture 1 point. So if he starts making some horrendous misplays, there actually is a way for us to come back here. As bad as it may seem. So you see those wild riders, right? If he doesn't spot Marcus and I just get a fat charge on them, it's pretty bad. I do wonder how the Tzeentch do against my my knights, though. It's probably not too pretty. So just gonna pull away there. Then we're going to net them and then get a flank charge. So that's already a decent beginning situation. Caster's back. Nice. Gonna farm a little bit of value. And then we can bring in our knights, summon more, and then maybe it works out. Shield of Thorns. He bought Shield of Thorns. Yo, that's crazy. That actually did massive damage to my knights. Holy moly. Even with the spell resist. I think they're getting healed too. Holy crap, dude, those wild riders. All right, I got wrecked. I got wrecked by the wild riders. Jeez, man. Dude, the wild riders cook so hard. Oh my gosh. Even with the sick charge, they were netted. Oh, that's so rough. Turns out I was the one that got debated. Is there any way we can pull back here? Maybe a cycle charge on the wild riders? Let's see here. Let's go like so. Man. Oh, okay. Flesh to stone now. Dang. Yo, he's whipping out all the defensive spells. Dang, dude. These guys don't die. Oh, he might have fleshed. No, did he flesh to stone them? At the beginning? Hard to tell. Oh, the Melkoth's slowing me down so hard. I can't get a speed boost, though, with my own Melkoths. We do have the capture point, which is nice. If I could just kill the wild riders, though. The cav advantage is too much. Let's see here. What do we got? I have some range units. I have 1 capture point. We're at the 1,200. Yeah, okay, let's just tap out. GG, well played.
There is only defeat.
GG. All right. So let's take a look. Oh, you know what? It actually did pay for itself. It was the wonder of the age that didn't. Brutal. So we went for range max. That was going to be difficult regardless. I was hoping that the long rifles would cook harder, but he kind of just big rushed it, right? How'd the knights do? Knights did okay. We need more Sons of Sigmar. I did have Sons of Sigmar in reserve. I think, let's see here. I will say, Luminark is like so close. I think against non-wagon snipers, like if he didn't have Arrows of Kurnos, I probably could have annihilated. Marcus could have lived too had I netted his lord. Dang, rip Landship though. I did kind of YOLO it in. Let's see here. But it was never gonna avoid getting shot up regardless, right? I'm really disappointed with the Knights of the Blazing Sun though. If they can't just delete a unit of Wild Riders, why am I even running them? Brutality. Probably cut the Knights of the Blazing Sun. I did like the Huntsman though. Let's see here. The wizard was only okay. I feel like a fire wizard would have been way better there. Just to roasty toasty all those archers. He could have dodged. But that's no guarantee. Glittering robe. What's this? Grenade launcher outriders. Oh, I see. So you glittering robe them. I'm pretty sure it had a lot of armor piercing archers too. Knights of the Black Rose are very similarly statted. In fact, they would probably do less damage than the Knights of the Blazing Sun. That kind of just leaves me with Demogryph Knights, or you just go for a different option. Like you just take a bunch of spears. Let's see. I will say though, Luminark is like almost there, man. So there's tricks you can do to help it fire. Like if it's tilted, if it's crooked, like the horses are offset from the wagon, it seems like it doesn't shoot properly. But if you give a move command towards the thing you want to shoot, it lines up and then it can actually shoot. That's not the worst. Steam Tank. Actually, Steam Tank is really funny versus Wood Elves, but you'd still have to kill the Wild Riders. I need a sick Wild Rider counter. Would you buff the Luminark fire rate? No, I think it would actually be very good if it shot properly. Like you saw that game, it almost just killed its lord. Steam Tank spam.
Steam Tank spam.
That is $5. That is $5. I think I can. Okay, I'll do it if I think I can win with it, which I probably think I can. How many Steam Tanks can you even run though? What's the limit? It's only one, so you can't even spam them. Okay, that's not too bad. Cut the Luminark at the Steam Tank. Pigeon Bomb is kind of janky though. I might just go for like a normal Steam Tank. Steam Tank volley gun. It's more like 3 USD. I'm Canadian, so it's actually 4.27 Canadian dollars. I appreciate it. I think we could probably make it work. We'll have to see though. I might save it for the 5th round. We'll see. Man, I really want to try more Luminark shenanigans though. What happened to the Steam Tank meta? I don't know. Well, actually, they did change its pivoting rate, right? So it's way worse as a chariot now. Before, they could just escape. But they're not that bad. What was a Steam Tank volley gun? So I could get a Steam Tank volley gun. It does have 75% resist from missiles in the front. I think we could probably make it work. Honestly, Steam Tank might have done better than the Landship, but I still gotta run the Landship. Is there a regiment of renowned Steam Tank? No. Cut the Landship, get the Steam Tank? No, I gotta. The Landship can cook. It just probably against ranged factions, you gotta make use of its ranged attack more, right? Regrowth is probably a no. You usually don't want it in melee. If your Landship is taking damage, I think you're already misplaying pretty hard. Black Lions. Black Lions. Wait, did they get a buff? Black Lions is this, right? Did they get a buff? Wait, let me check. Black Lions, War Wagons. Penetration? 2 to 3. Oh, dang. Wait, yo, that's actually a pretty cool buff. Yeah, maybe I should have run the Black Lions. Huh. The Mega Kite build. I hope I face like Corn or something. Use more Free Company Militia. They don't do that much. We'll see. We will see. This does have to be a 5-round tournament, though. It should be, though. I'll ask the admin. Boss toss. Will this tourney be 5 rounds? Question mark. If it's 5 rounds, I just need 3 wins. And enough opponent points. So should be good. Where am I at right now? I think my opponent points are decent. They're only okay. They're only okay right now. We'll see. Dang it. He says no. What a ripoff. Oh, we might not make it then. Well, might as well go off with a bang, though, and try the Black Lines. Do a minute-a. Bring 2 Luminarks. I think you're limited to 1. All right. Well, if this is our last game, if we're going only 2 games, I got to do this, right? Yeah, no, we're totally out. Totally. Rip. Such is life, though. Meme too close to the sun. Dang. Honestly, we might have had a chance if I got that kill on his lord. That one Luminark hitting the hill. Attack speed enjoyer, you don't want to face me? Come on, man. Dude, the build's chill. Alright, we're gonna run this. That means I do need a caster lord. So it's gonna be Gelt, naturally. Final Transmutation. Oh, jeez. It's too expensive. It's literally too expensive. You can't even take a vanilla Gelt. Alright, probably cut the Luminark then. Well, cut the Luminark. You get the Gelts. You get Final Transmutation. You can bring 2 Luminarks. Oh, you can. But I feel like we did enough with them. We got to try the Black Lines this one. Get normal Landship. Nah, I gotta see this through, man. I gotta see it through. One more match. Next one should be starting soon. Can get a new level TLDR. What is the difference between Landship and a Steam Tank? A Landship is closer to a War Wagon in that it's more of a kite tool. A Steam Tank is more like a chariot. So you use this one as just a fat chariot. It is significantly tankier, way more armor, missile resist. This one can be used as a chariot, but it can't afford to get shot. But its skirmish power is way stronger. Can we stock the Luminark with an engineer? Yeah, but I haven't actually been running out of ammunition with it. Alright, who's my opponent? Come on. Give it to me. Next round hasn't started yet. There we go. And we're up against Tom. Dang, been a while. Yo, yo. All right, here we go. So we're up against Tom. All right. Their faction is going to be SFT Declaration. Tom's faction is... Bretonnia. Oh, okay. All right. Interesting, interesting. In theory, Hellblaster volley guns are really good into Bretonnia. I just got to defend them then, right? What map do we got? He's Bretonnia. I'm Empire. All right, let's see, let's see. Some Empire. We got the maps. Span, ban, whirling maelstrom. All right, let's take a look at the steam tank. You know, funnily enough, the highest value unit this day was the Luminark. That's true. It is magic damage. It is magic damage for the Green Knight. That is very true. Maybe I'll take one in reserve just for the Green Knight. I will also have Final Transmutation too, though. He wants to play Edge of the Darkwood. Okay. Very big flat map. I like it. I like it. All right, so all I gotta do is beat Bretonnia. So I have effectively what is a Mega Kite build. I can't take War Wagons because we're limited by the chariot restriction. But this should be pretty good at kiting Bretonnia, right? I just have to kill all the cavalry. How hard can that be? Bretonnian cavalry is pretty expensive minus Knights Errant. I think that's the main restriction that we're going for here. As long as he doesn't walk behind a tree for a second. Edge of the Darkwood is a very tree open map. Like, there's not a lot of trees. So I don't actually have to worry about that too much, thankfully. Let's, you know what? Let's actually have a little bit of fun with this. Do a little bit of that. Get, this is a great time to go for experimental builds. He might go for a bunch of infantry. In which case we want this. Alright. Okay, here we go. This is very experimental. If it works, it's amazing though. Thank you, deforestation. Dang. Sensitive skeleton on the Twitch chat. I will say, you know, even if you enjoy my content, let's tone it down on the Twitch side just a little bit. Just a heads up. I will just get rid of that message just because I think some people would not appreciate. All right, here we go. Careful, Icarus. Hey, best case scenario, we got a sick learning experience, right? This map does have a pillar in the middle, though, so line of sight might be an issue. But Green Knight in general, he shouldn't be able to just like walk out and fight me. I'm real interested though. Hey, Ball, thank you very much for the Prime sub. 3 months, dang. Thank you very much. I'm real interested to see this new penetration. So, before, what's the difference between 2 and 3 penetration? Does cavalry count as 2 and now it penetrates through cavalry? Or is it going to hit the same number of cavalry entities? And it only benefits infantry. Does anyone have the deets on how that works? Because if the new Hellblaster wagon just does double damage to cavalry now, it's insta-win, right? I will not say DB. We will see. I guess we'll make for some good testing. Maybe the new maybe new Hellblasters are just OP, right? Hellblaster volley guns, penetration 2 to 3. It could be huge. All right. If the Black Lion just shred his archers, I'm a happy man. All right. So let's see. Let's see. Man, I feel like that Wood Elf game was almost winnable. I just needed to net his Lord before he netted Marcus, and then actually get the kill. I didn't go for the... I didn't have enough killer instinct to snipe him. Unfortunate. Yeah, I forget if Hellblasters used to hit 2 units of cavalry before. All right. Penetration size is what chooses if it goes through cavalry or not. Interesting. Ready, good luck, have fun. All right, so this is basically a wagon kite build, but my wagons are a steam tank, a Black Lion, and a Landship. So this seems very memey, right? But legitimately, Bretonnia doesn't actually have that many tools to deal with this. Unless he goes for a straight up max cav build at the very beginning. This would actually be pretty hard to kill. Green Knight will be a mild issue, which is why we have Gelt with Final Transmutation. I don't think this is the most optimal build, but potentially, and especially against an infantry style, it could be a pretty good skew build. So let's see. Netting, nets do not silence. Nope. We are seeing an Alberic of border low. Interesting. We have handgunners and Sunmaker in case it goes really hard on the infantry. Luminark. Luminark because we're insane, and yeah, it is just an infantry corps with the Damsel of Life. So we match it to basically exactly what I wanted here, right? Interesting. Skirmishers. Okay. So that makes life a lot harder for him then. So the question is, do we go for the Luminark or what? We're gonna get our first Hellblaster volley on him. He's gonna get a partial dodge, but the damage is high. Gelt is in. Overcast. I think 2 Overcast Final Transmutations does kill the Damsel. But it is a lot of Winds of Magic. Not the most worst thing ever. Careful so you don't go too wide. I don't think it's possible with this. Interesting. Is playing very defensive with that infantry formation. Now the question is, do I summon in the Luminark at this point? Considering he doesn't have that much cavalry, I could. He just has a bunch of skirmishers. Like, in terms of rush builds, my opponent effectively is without a rush. So that's already a comfortable place to be. These guys are capturing forever. Don't even know why. I do get a big old cannon shot into Alberic, though. So he's going to be suffering just that little bit more. And there is our first glorious taste of victory. Alberic, he's looking for a tussle, right? But the Luminark here with its net is going to be a big pain. Interesting to see that he is playing rather defensive here. I can definitely bully his mounted yeoman archers. So we're just gonna keep on bullying him. This thing has a cannonball shot. And we get more chip damage. I have a lot of ammunition too. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, no, he missed. The one long rifle guy. Again, the whiffs. It happens. You could probably catch a mounted yeoman at least. And with the Luminark here, we're good. Holy crap. Did the Landship just delete the Damsel of Life? You gotta remember, this thing does have a cannon strapped to the front. And it does have pretty good accuracy. I missed it. It wasn't the Luminark. The Luminark was out of range. Interesting. Okay, well, she's getting obliterated by that thing. Good to see. Good to see. There's a solid route. But we will have to deal with these mounted yeomen. Now, my little piece over here is not going to do too well. Steam tank can only... or my war wagons can't really do too much. But the steam tank can provide terror. And on top of the final transportation, it's not too bad. Does get a little bit of a surround here. But those are just yeomen. They really shouldn't be able to kill a Luminark in time. Though we will have to see. Now he's summoning in the cavalry. Bunch of Knights of the Realm. But will it be enough? Will it be enough? First things first. We're going to fire away. And god dang range units. I hate them so much. They don't want to shoot because one of them is in a tussle against Alberic. Such is life. At least we can do it with the steam tank. Maybe now they'll shoot. And we'll take them out. There we go. So the Luminark lives. That's a good start. Alberic heals, but not to full. Absolutely not to full. There we go. And the kiting begins. So, black lines are still alive. There's a route. Alberic is in the air. He's going to try and line of sight me. Makes sense. I just got to get into position to get a little bit of working on him. These volley guns will be huge for me. And remember, the Luminark does not miss too much. It does have homing attacks. Unfortunately, this hill might tank the hit. Oh, it barely does it. Let's go. And it gets a double hit. It gets a fat double hit on Alberic. Oh my goodness. All right, that's a good start. I could probably get another one on Alberic too. These are just Knights of the Realm, by the way. They're not especially powerful. Steam Tank just does not care about archers. It is more or less invulnerable to them. And if this caster doesn't get saved by the hill, he's a dead man. Oh, deleted. Caster's gone. All right, that's a good start. That's a very, very good start. All right, yo, this is the best Luminark I've ever seen. Now we have artillery. So now he's gonna have to advance or die. He's gonna have to advance or die. Great thing about the Luminark, this terrain is perfect for it, by the way. The terrain is absolutely perfect for it. So you can see he's collapsing in with his cavalry right now. We do lose one of our guns. But Alberic takes another massive hit to the face. Couple Knights of the Realm. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Those grenade launchers do a lot of damage to cavalry, by the way. It's rather impressive. Luminark's gonna load up and plonk away at Alberic. Another massive hit. Alberic's not looking too happy right now, I must say. He's not looking too happy. I do have another final transmutation for his face in a second here. So he better watch out. Because the Luminark's rolling on up. Gets a wind spell with them whiffs. Sunmaker just deleted that unit of cavalry. Hilarious. So now he just has a peasant mob coming on in. Oh, Alberic, I don't know if you're ready for this. I'm a firing my lasers. Come on. Oh my god, Alberic. Oh, he did, man. Oh, he did. And he is now gold. Money. Absolute money. You know, and even though we didn't make it to the grand finals today, I think this was still a pretty fun day. I'd say, you know what, today is a day that I had fun. Yeah, I'd say so. The humanity. I still might lose this game, by the way. It's not over just yet. Though the Sunmaker is definitely getting a lot of work in. And the volley gun is most definitely doing a lot. There's a net, by the way. Champions of Quinel, they are now netted. So, you know what that means? You know what that means? We're firing the lasers. And Champions Quinel. Wow, it did like no damage. Well, you know, the net's still pretty high. Luminark is really only good for sniping targets, I guess. Maybe we can get his caster over here. Let's see here. Our Sunmaker is... Yeah, we'll fire over there. Most of his forces are routed, at least. And we do get the Black Lions back. Here comes some cavalry. Okay. Nothing like a little steam tank terror route can't fix. Landship is going ham. He still hasn't captured this point, which helps me out. But, yeah, we're gonna need a Sunmaker him, right? I'm gonna see if I can bait him onto the Wonder of the Age. And then work my way from there. Luminark should be able to just fire at this bad boy. Champions of Quinel, though, they're doing their best. They're trying to get in. I do have my sick Demogryph Knight Regiment for now. And don't get friendly fire. Don't line up sight it. No, it killed 2 units of cavalry. Oh my gosh, dude, that was supposed to be the money shot. Man, this unit's janky. Unit is jankalicious. Hey, Sunmaker's doing great at least. Gelt is going ham. She's just gonna die to the steam tank, I guess, in Gelt. You know what? I'll take it. And at the very least, it killed Lewin. You can't say it did not kill Lewin. Hey, we even got some Demogryph Knights over here. Hell yeah. Steam tank volley guns doing great. You know, this actually is a pretty annoying build for Bretonnia to go up against. The fact that they have no gunpowder and no armor-piercing range units really does make this very difficult. If they start with a Cav Max, though, you're just gonna die. That's my heads up for you guys. As good as this looks, like straight up, all it takes is a Cav Max start and it's completely over. He did also re-summon Alberic. The Luminark is kind of getting bogged down here, though it does still have ammunition, so don't think it can't kill Alberic a second time. It can and it will. There goes his caster. She's gone. Guns are firing away, and as long as we get enough capture weight here with the steam tank, I'll be fine. Point is captured. This is the last of my ammunition. I will have to de-summon these guys. But a capture point's a capture point. And Alberic versus the Luminark. So you can see it's getting into position. Will it actually fire, though? Always the big issue. Yeah, you see how it's like not firing properly because it's kind of tilted? And there we go. All right, we got it lined up. Now, will Alberic dodge it, though, is the question. The answer is no. The answer is absolutely no. I have nothing to summon onto the battlefield right now. Kind of sad. We're probably just gonna de-summon these Demogryph Knights and re-summon them. It's on the hunt. It's on the hunt. Nah, that hill's in the way, right? Come on, you darn Lumi. Maybe I can get a handgunner volley on Alberic. It's always really sus when he's stuck on my cavalry and such. Always makes it way more sus. I could just get a free pot shot on his spearman at arms, I guess. That'll do. Gelt's gonna save his final transmutation for the big day. I love "I am supreme" is just one of his voice lines. All right, there we go. Luminark needs to dodge. This is a janky fight indeed. Can it actually land a hit against Alberic from here? If I keep running away and he stays in the air, will it actually land? Or is he gonna get out of range? Okay, it did shoot. Oh, hell yeah, from downtown. Yeah, Luminark is accurate. You can't say it's not accurate. It just hits hills. It is one of the most accurate units in the game. It's straight up. Hills are just such a menace. It's homing. It's got everything, man. So sad to see. All right, here we go. Let's get that point captured. You know, I just get the Sunmaker back. Why not, you know? Why not just get the Sunmaker back against a couple Battle Pilgrims? Give them a bad day. Are those Knights of the Realm? Not a problem. I will be able to triple cap now. Imagine triple capping Bretonnia. The funny thing is, this is actually like a competitive Bretonnia build. Like, my opponent didn't meme, right? Maybe he was missing out on a couple questing knights, but genuinely, he did not meme. It's just that this build is hilariously good against infantry styles. Okay, there we go. Pretty good hit. Pretty good hit on the damsel. I do capture the point. Hell yeah. Landship's chilling. What's that? Is that a heal? I think it is. It's fine. I have a net for that. Can I landship his little lady over there? Can I landship her in the face? I would love to. I would absolutely love to. This charge hit. Holy crap. Dude, just getting run over. Look at the landship hit. This thing hits for 200 armor piercing damage. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Sunmaker still cooking. I'm at 11 out of 12 units. Oh, hell yeah, there's a terror route. She gets mega routed. All right, all I gotta do now is hit Alberic or hit these guys, the Knights of the Realm. It's kind of my choice. Steam tank volley gun is doesn't really have much to do. She's just running. I guess that makes sense. Blast him. Oh, it rallied. No, it routed. Dang. All right. Well, triple cap's still gonna win the day. I am out of units to summon on in, but generally that's a good sign. There you go. Some Demogryph Knights. Get the final transportation. Alberic can just get focus fire there. And then no way these champions of Quinel can do anything right. Although Gelt will die, but that will just give me a way to spend my money. Won the game with not too much of a ticket deficit. There goes Gelt. He got him. He got him. Pretty fun though. Pretty fun. I think if you were to make this build better, you probably need more cavalry, right? Like, don't go so hard on the range and go for a bunch more Demogryph Knight Halberds. I think that's a way safer way to play this build. Oh, we do have a replay someone sent to me. Oh yeah, someone used my Cathay build, so we will cover that after this match. Second Gelt. Unfortunately, he's out of magic though. He did spend all his magic. All right, there we go. How much value did the Sunmaker get? Dude, it got like hundreds of kills. All right, well, there you go. Meta Bretonnia build defeated by the might of the might of the janky Regiment of Renown wagon boat kite. Amazing. Oh man, that's hilarious. This thing only got 1,000 value. I think the black lines are not that hype, just because they don't line up to shoot very easily. The steam tank volley gun, on the other hand, because it's a single entity, does way better. The boat got 3,000 value. Amazing. So this was the boat's game. You know, killing off cavalry. The grenade launchers on top really shred them. And the Dread Luminark with 2,455 value. The Dread Sunmaker with 2,375 value. Amazing. Should send this replay to Turin. Oh, jeez. It wasn't even close, though. It's pretty funny, though. It is pretty funny. Maybe I will send this one to Turin. Maybe you can decide if it's worth showcasing or not. It does make use of a Luminark. There's many world firsts here. Let's see here. Where is it at? Replays for Turin. Where's it at? In the meantime, I can also get my thing going. Yo, where's his replays for Turin channel? Memes, website, free games, Warhammer, campaign chat, PvP, self promo, replays for Turin. There we go. It took me ages. All right, but I do have another replay to show off before we end off today, because someone actually copied my Cathay build, and apparently they made some pretty good work with it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll send him the replay. Dude, this composition looks so dumb. But yeah, so someone actually went for the double moonbird terracotta balloon. We're reinventing the meta, people. Oh, he played against it. Someone brought the build against him. So this was Snickery Doodle. Yo, I can't believe it. Please tell me Cathay wins. They gotta. The Balloon Valley has to be hype. I wonder if he brings plague drones, though. Is this a battle where he summons plague drones? Does it work? So, this was what we did last stream with Grandest Cathay. Double Moonbird. Dragon-Blooded Shugungan Lord. And the Sky Junk, who's already barraging these Marauder Horsemen. As you can see, the Marauder Horsemen, they are pretty susceptible to the Sky Junk. Even at max distance, they already took like 15% damage. Look at what you started. Dude, yo, the greatest thing that, like, these builds are so counterable, man. You just have to respect them. I think people just don't respect these off meta builds enough. All right, you gotta get the essence of fear into their minds. Time to make a double Luminark build. If they ever fix range units, instantly Luminarks become meta. Mark my words. That's the only thing they need to become meta. Ooh, whiffs on the Moonbird ability, though. It still lasts a very long time. You want to cast it a little bit later. But holy crap, those Warriors of Nurgle still took lots of damage. It's like 200 gold value. This one was way better. So, for anyone who hasn't looked at this yet, it's Pit of Shades with 1 more armor piercing damage, 6 more normal damage. It's insane. So with double Moonbird, you just fly over whatever and just massacre them. Good stuff. Peasant Horseman for capture weight. Uses his lord to give the Jade Shield. Does double Moonbird actually kill Plague Drones too? They are magic damage. Miasma's Pestilence reducing their melee attack though, but not a lot of armor on these guys. So even though they don't do armor piercing, it seems like they're actually kind of cooking. Surprising. Okay, yo, Moonbird squad for the win. Good breath attack on the Horseman too. Here comes the Cultists of Nurgle with a little bit of a AoE. Does pretty good damage to the Horseman. But Cathay is leading on the points. Very nice. Charlie also faced my build. Oh my gosh, obese chicken. Yo, okay, I'll cover that one too. That's hilarious. Dude. Dude, everyone's running the build now. It's not even a good build. It's not even a good build. Except versus some Chaos factions. I think versus some Chaos factions is hilarious. Dude, I gotta see this. Holy crap. Double Moonbird cooks. They actually killed all the Plague Drones. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, the win counter. Update the win counter. Yeah, we did get to 2 and 2. But that's the end of our matches for today. We're just watching a couple viewer replays. Mostly people facing my build rather than playing it. The Fire Rain Rocket Battery. Friendly firing the Sky Junk. Good stuff, good stuff. But Cathay is starting to lose on points, right? So they have the Peasant Horsemen, that's good. They're gonna have to defend the Nurgling push, but they should be able to get like Jade Lancers out. Classic. Ah, this is an Anticity viewer. This is an Anticity viewer. They overextend with the infantry, you summon Jade Lancers, smash them, right? Look at this beautiful situation. Absolute massacre of the Nurglings. There goes a quarter of their HP right off the bat. They'll be taking more soon enough. But the value trading's gonna have to keep going his way. This is a decent value trade, but it could be better. But I will say Terracotta grinding on the point. Very good capture weight. Oh, he's gonna bomb drop? Did he already bomb drop? He already bomb dropped, okay. Oh no, he's still okay, could have been a little bit better on the bomb drop, but gets a little bit of a pass through on them. And he eventually gets directly on top, and that's gonna be about quarter damage. Bombardment. Target firing the Lord. Fire Rain Rocket's not good against them. There comes another Jade Lancer summon though. Annihilated the Nurglings. Very good. Saint is piloting the build fairly well, I would say. And it's honestly not the most micro-intensive build. You just have to keep your cavalry, you know, like just get good engagements with them. Pool all your micro into them. The rest is basically nothing else. Oh my gosh, dude. I never thought of all the builds. I make so many like really well cooked builds. You know, like we get some like crazy kite shenanigans, some crazy cav maxing, and this is the one people, this is what I'll be remembered for. You know, it's not gonna be you know, getting Empire sick plays or anything, unless people copy that Empire build too. That'd be hilarious. Chaos Knight Lances are in here. Are they gonna... Honestly, they don't have many targets. They could just get barraged by the battery, but we'll see. Maybe the Moonbirds... Oh my gosh, he's doing it. Chase down with the Moonbirds, but they don't get staggered. I think Bretonnian Cavalry gets staggered. Kislev and Chaos Cavalry don't. You have to wait for them to get into combat for that to work. So only middling damage, though he does rout off some Marauders. I'm a little worried for Cathay now, though, right? A 1,000 gold lead is not enough when, like, 3,000 gold is in the air. A lot of your builds are just piano micro ones. I guess this one's a little easier to pilot. Oh, boy. I'm surprised no one copied my Kislev build, though. That one's basically this, but ground single entities. Yeah, it has the same vibe as the Kislev one. Well, there we go. It's a solid route. Dude, I'm ruining the meta, man. I'm ruining the meta. But come on, man. How can people hate me, man? I'm doing memes. I'm not even doing like the filthiest degenerate builds, except for the Kislev one. That one's pretty degenerate. But this is just memes, okay? Yo, imagine they nerf Cathay after this. That would be hilarious. Dang, got caught before he could unsummon. A little bit of a misplay. He's doing his hardest though. Let's hear. Giant's coming on in, but he's triple capped. And I'm pretty sure Kislev, I'm pretty sure Cathay doesn't win this, right? As Cathay, if you don't have a far superior force by the 7-minute mark, you're pretty boned, right? You're never going to be able to retake capture points. You only secure them one at a time. And yeah. He does get defeated. Well played, though. Well played. Let's take a look at the value on the balloon. Actually, not that much. Could have done a little bit more. I think some focus fire would have helped. Moonbirds did okay, but you do... Like, this is a high micro build. That's the weird thing. If you actually want to win with it, your Moonbirds have to be at least 1,500. And your balloon has to be at least 1,500. You have to target fire and use your abilities well. Otherwise, you just lose the DPS race. Fun to see it, though. Very fun to see. Apparently, there was a second one with Khorne. If there was a faction that this would work against, it's probably Khorne and Slaanesh. Let's take a look. Triple Wrathmonger. It's the same map, too. Hell yeah. Just don't take Moonbirds easy. The madness. We need to Hive Trade. Thank you. Yeah, I think you cut the terracottas. I think the terracottas kind of memey. I think starting with more peasant horsemen is better, but against Khorne, it's not the worst. The meaty dangler is a very big fan of terracottas versus the Wrathmonger, so we'll see. Wasted shot from the balloons. You gotta make sure that you're on point with that. But we'll see if he makes a big misplay, right? So the reason this build is so terrifying is because Furies don't actually counter the Air Force if you bring the right ability on the Lord Magistrate. It's a Mortis engine, strongest in the game, only affects flying, but he didn't bring it. He's going to be relying purely on Crowmen and Crane Gunners to kill the Furies first. Very interesting. Redeem 15 squats? Alright. For what I've done to the meta, I'll do it. 1, 2, 3. We're just doing some squats while we wait for this to get underway. I really wonder if he can kill everything with the Wrathmongers or if they'll die to the balloons. These builds are really like, so my builds always rely on tipping points. It's always a question of, can you get enough DPS in to clear out the enemy army before the build falls apart? So I'm a little worried about the Fury spam. Does get a pretty good barrage on them, and he does get the Crowmen in. Okay, they are harmonizing with the Terracotta, but yeah, Crowmen just get mulched by Furies if they don't get the charge. He does bring in more though, so, and if he can kill them and get air superiority, it's fine. That's a pretty rough start though. Green Giant into Khorne. Green Giant into Khorne's kind of insane, but the chevrons maybe. Oh. Thank you for making sure that my legs don't go numb and that I stay healthy. I don't really, okay, actually, you know what? The Furies are kind of dying. Yeah, there is the counter charge. That's the whole way this build works. So the Furies charge the Skyjunk, and then they get counter charged by Crowmen. Then they all die. Skyjunk has 80 armor. Furies do not have a lot of armor piercing. So it's actually bait. I learned this from Karavdir, our resident Cathay main. I learned that Furies suck against Skyjunks. Do you play campaign? I do, just not very often. Oh. All right, there we go. This is squats. Ugh. Let's take a look at Skull Taker real quick. Tormentor Sword. Interesting. Oh, he has a Herald of Khorne. It's not even Skull Taker. Are they gonna beat the Terracottas? With the barrage support, I don't know. And all it takes is killing off the Wrathmongers. I guess Cathay does have a double cap. Yeah, if he kills the Wrathmongers, it's definitely worth. No harmony though. But both balloons are still alive and at high ammunition. And now he summons in the Bloodthirster. Okay, so this is also the other bait, right?
One of your units has been destroyed.
So a Bloodthirster can kill the balloons. He does have the armor piercing to get through to them, but he will die to a Crowman surround. He'll also take forever. These things have as much HP as a Mammoth. Skull Reaper win when? Oh, jeez. I haven't even gotten a Khorne win yet. I still got to do that. Hey, good target fire, though, on the infantry blob. Green Giant with 1200 value? Hell yeah. He costs like 1900. Hey, Barge, what's up? All right, let's see. So I'm expecting... oh, he's just going to go for Crane Gunners? I thought he would have summoned Furies. He doesn't have money for it now. Bloodthirst is cooking. But this is like a 2,000 gold unit. And it's just going to be on a Skyjunk forever. Slowly getting peppered. Ah, yeah, there we go. There's the Crowman coming on in. Both of the Terracotta Sentinels are still alive, but I think they do lose to the Wrathmongers. You can see the Skyjunk just doesn't care, right? He's been here for like 20 seconds now. Takes him like a whole minute to kill the Skyjunk. He's working it. He's doing his best, you know. If these Crane Gunners ever shoot him, it's a bad time indeed. Though they are a little bit distracted, which is why I prefer the Crowmen. And they do get traded out. Okay, all right, yo, maybe the Bloodthirster cooks here. It seems like air dominance was not secured by Grand Cathay. They were unable to do so. And that means that the Bloodthirster will Get 1 kill. The balloon's like, all right, we're dipping. Go. Flee. 26 speed. It's still alive though, so if it gets saved by these crowmen, that's just a wasted bloodthirster, right? And Cathay still has all the points. Like, Khorne has not really done a lot to capture. Khorne's just been trying to go for the trade game, and yeah, look at that charge. Holy crap. Oh my goodness, magic damage crowman charge on the bloodthirster, completely surrounded. All the ones behind him reduces melee defense by like 60% or something, so they can't actually land a lot of hits. And these guys are just raking in the value. Yeah, this is the bait, right? Everyone's like, oh yeah, just get bloodthirsters, just get bloodthirsters to kill the air. No, don't do that. Don't be insane. You gotta go for the capture points. There's no way you will ever uptrade into this build if you are if you're a Khorne player. What the Herald doing? He's doing his best. He's slowly killing these crane gunners, but yeah. You're never gonna win air dominance if Cathay has their crowmen around, and especially if they get the Mortis on their Lord. Which is good, because it means that Khorne players just can't go triple Wrathmonger every game, right? They have to have a little bit of fear there. Crowmen do die, but not before they get 1,000 gold value. And remember, this guy does not contribute to capture weight either. The balloon rallies. The balloon does rally too, so you can start shooting him again. What's the value on all these balloons? This one's almost 1,500. This ooh, Lord Magistrate cooking today. Okay. The Herald, by the way, rip Herald. The balloons are an IRL rampage, I swear. Dude, it's such a menace, man. Look at this thing. So the Bloodthirster, like, just think about the value that it got just by distracting the Bloodthirster, right? This is a misplay magnet. That Bloodthirster was occupied for like 1.5 minutes, took a ton of damage from crowmen, and only now is he doing something that is actually impacting the battlefield. Meanwhile, this thing was just shooting the whole time, right? It doesn't care. It's a balloon. It's pretty bonkers, right? Like, you have to finish the job. He's gonna send in Furies to try and get it done. Oh, the barrage. Oh, catches a few Furies, though not too much damage. Barrage doesn't work too well versus flyers. Might as well have shot the Marauders, but let's see if they actually kill it. So it's at 60 armor because the balloon is tired. Don't ask me how that makes sense. So that does mean it will take a lot of damage from the Furies, but oh my gosh, do you see the crane gunner shots? So crane gunners on the balloons, they are crane gunners, so they do benefit from the same piercing shots. And that's just gonna massacre the Furies as soon as they get close. It might even rally. In the meantime, his Bloodthirster's dead. His Lord is dead to crowmen. No, his Bloodthirster's alive. Almost dead though. And I swear, if this thing rallies, it's at 6 leadership. It's actually gonna rally. Oh my goodness. Is it? Oh no, he killed it. I don't even know how he killed it. Oh yeah, 2 Furies. Dang, masterful control from the Khorne player. Charlie, my goodness. Orobee's chicken. Dang, look at that. Left 2 Furies somehow, but they do get murdered. And now it's looking pretty bad for Khorne, right? Bloodthirster died. He did pay for himself, mostly because he was smacking a balloon all day, and it did eventually die, but yeah. Oh yeah, the junks can be unsummoned. That's the best part about them. You can, if they don't take damage, you get 750 gold back. But yeah, it's gonna come down to a trading game now, right? So take a look. There's not that many forces left on the battlefield, so it's just gonna come down to whoever can uptrade. And you know who is an uptrade beast? This guy. This guy costs 950 gold, and he's already gone 1,400 gold value. He's gotten more gold than some spellcaster lords. All right, like Archaon getting this much value is pretty happy. So the fact that he's done this well for himself is pretty impressive. Surprised the Bloodthirster didn't go for him, but what can you do? And it seems like he's just sniping Wrathmongers. Boop. Come on, get the target fire. You know, if he really wants to min-max, he would spin this guy in a circle. Gets another shot in. Come on, you just gotta hit 1 Wrathmonger, man. They're right here. They're right here. Come on, man, get the value. Just reload. Reload fire. Hits a Marauder. Couple arrows hit the Wrathmongers. They're gonna die. Oh, he's doing the spin tack. Is he doing the spin tack or is he just moving him? No, I think he's just moving him. All right. Now, Cathay does need to get double cap. Gotta keep these archers alive from the Fleshhounds. Looks like no cavalry support, so they'll probably get a charge and then counter-charged. Oh, only peasant horsemen, though. Could be sus. Magistrate, though. He's chilling. Gets a rogue shot towards a Bloodthirster. All right. Yo, does he kill the Bloodthirster? Please don't tell me he kills a Bloodthirster. Bloodthirster is at 800 life. Corn taps out. Runs out of units. The archers would have crushed it anyways. But yeah, there you go. That's the build. That's the build. Welcome to Anticity's new meta. The meta of chaos. This is why some people hate me. I just want to have a good time, man. I just want to have a good time. The people start copying my builds and they're like, ah, look at this guy. Toxic builds. Okay, no, not actually. I think most people say it as a lighthearted way, but I love it every time we get something that is this destructive. Big day for Cathay. Caraftir, I hope you're happy. All right, we cooked up a lot for Cathay, okay? There were some major innovations. Toxicity. Oh, man. Well, there you go. Yeah, balloons, mega value. Terracottas, okay. I think the terracottas are the worst part about this build. Replace the terracottas with cavalry and crowmen. You're probably in a better spot. God. The magistrate. The magistrate got as much value as the green giant. Ah, amazing. All right, well, I'm gonna call it a day. We're gonna look for someone to raid. It is Friday. Much like many of you guys, I also look forward to the weekend. Although I do miss streaming by the time Monday comes around. But we're gonna call it early. Responsibilities, responsibilities. I'm sorry, guys. Work-life balance is painful sometimes. But it looks like Tzeentch is streaming. Ah, hell yeah. He's covering tabletop. Chaos Dwarves returning to tabletop? Question mark, exclamation mark. The big summer preview show is here. God dang. Well, if that interests you, I highly recommend checking him out. Tzeentch is one of the big reasons that I became a YouTube content creator. So definitely show him some love. I'll get it set up on YouTube. And I'll see you guys later. Have a great time. Peace out. Have a wonderful rest of your day and a great weekend.